Hey there, Brian King here. So why don't I care what other people think? There's this wonderful quote out there that says, what other people think of you is none of your business. And I don't know too many people who understand what that means. The reality is that what other people think of you is their projection upon you of their own beliefs, prejudices, and so forth. It's their own story they're projecting upon you, and you do the same to them. So why is what they think of you none of your business? Because you're not a people pleaser, and neither am I. And I did not arrive at this for decades. It's something I've struggled with in terms of wanting everybody to like me, everybody to be happy with me, no one to ever be offended by anything that I post, even though people will often come after me on social media because I didn't please them. Because they were offended, because they were upset, because they thought what I put out there was disrespectful or unsympathetic or whatever. What I put out there in the world is according to my beliefs, my purpose, the change that I hope to see in the world, my own unique path. It doesn't work for everybody. It's not supposed to. Anything you put out into the world is going to do one of two things. It's going to attract like-minded people to you, but it's also going to repel the people that are not in alignment with what it is you're about. So when people come after you and they're upset with you, they've identified themselves as part of the elimination team of the people that need to go away. And that's a good thing, because the clearer that line is between the people that are attracted to you and the ones that are repelled, the clearer your message and purpose is in the world. So that really emphasizes that I stand for something, and it's pretty darn clear. Otherwise, this line wouldn't be so clear. So that feedback that you're getting that's negative from people is an indication that you're doing something well. One saying that I have is that if I go through the day and not everybody's happy with me, that means I've done something right. I've done something clear. I've done something purposefully, as opposed to editing myself, as opposed to doing what's politically correct, or something that is designed to please the masses, not step on any eggshells, not hurt anyone's feelings. I'm sorry, but if you're going to stand for change and try to make something better, people are going to be uncomfortable with that, because there are folks that are so caught up in their own BS, and they don't want you coming along and challenging their story. So they're going to be upset. They're going to be offended. They're going to want to push back. And all you can simply say is, hey, I'm not for everybody. I know what I stand for. I know what I'm about. I know what I'm passionate about. It doesn't have to be for you. That's not why I do it. I do it for the people that it's in alignment with. You go find the people you're in alignment with, and you work for the change you want to create. But part of my job description is not being liked by everybody. I'm not a good fit for everyone. It doesn't work. It doesn't have to be that way. So when people come to you and say, hey, I was offended by what you said, or, hey, I really think that you should apologize for that. No. Some people think that, there was some person that I had a heated exchange with a couple weeks ago who insisted that I apologize, and all I was doing was standing up for my belief. Why would I apologize for how you took something? If I said something and I was coming from a place of anger or hurt or resentment, and I was trying to one-up you, I was trying to make you feel bad, and then I realized, man, that was a pretty dick move right there. Yeah, I would apologize. But if I'm standing up for something and you don't like it, that's like the people that are protesting with their signs peacefully, not the jerks that are breaking windows, but the people that are peacefully protesting, apologizing to those that they're protesting against. Oh, I'm sorry I bothered you with my sign. No, they're standing up for what they believe in. And when we post things, when we say things, when we record videos like this, we're just speaking about the world that we want to live in and what we'd like to see change. And nothing about what I stand for is about hurting or disenfranchising other people. Everything I stand for is all about how can we be better to each other? How can we extend compassion? Now, my definition of compassion may be a little unconventional, because my definition of compassion also includes some tough love. Where somebody is really stuck in a belief or a habit that's holding them back when they say they actually want to make progress. I'll call them out and say, do you realize that belief is bullshit? And they'll get upset because they're so invested in it. But if that's not something you want in your life, you don't want someone to call you out, that's okay. You don't have to be here. You don't have to accept my style. And there's no hard feelings if you go someplace else, because I don't have the answer to everything. There's somebody that's going to be a better fit for you, and there's going to be somebody that's a better fit for me. We all do the best we can in this world. We're all walking through life one step at a time. None of us has all the answers, regardless of what the marketing says. We have our answers. And if my answers turn out to be a good fit for you, then let's get together and create some solutions. But the reality is, neither today or any other day is it my job to police what everyone thinks to make sure that I'm doing a job of making everybody happy. Because I don't care anymore. It's taken a long time to get here, a lot of work. It's not easy, especially when we live in a culture where we are raised to be appropriate, to make everybody else happy. The teachers, our parents, our boss. And far too often, we are taught that our needs don't matter. What matters are the needs of the company. What matters are the needs of the customer. What matters are the needs of the children. And there's validity to all that, but not at the exclusion of doing what makes you happy. There has to be the balance. And it's up to you to determine what that balance is. But it's not an either or thing. It's an either and. And it starts with realizing that you're not responsible for anybody else. You're responsible for what you put into the world. You're responsible for doing what you can to take care of those that are closest to you, that are invested in your life, your children, your family, your spouse. But for the people that are not in the ring with you, they're not taking the hits, they don't have your back, they're not helping pay your bills, and they have no say in whether your bills get paid or what your income looks like. You don't have to do anything to please those folks. I'm not saying you disregard their feelings, because that, again, would be a dick move, because we never know the full extent of the ripple that we put out there. But as far as using what they think of you to decide who you are, to decide who you are going to be in this world, that is none of their business. You have to be true to who you are and what your purpose is. You don't need to take a poll. You don't need someone else's opinions to tell you who you can be in this world. That's entirely within your own hands. And for those of you who choose to live truthfully, authentically, I just want to say thank you for being you. Because you inspire the rest of us to step out there and be authentic and genuine. And the world needs a lot more of that. So for all of those who have decided to watch, I'm very grateful for you. Thank you so much for your time. And once again, thanks for being you.